Okay, thank you for joining in this last week for my sessions of Out of Mind, Journeys of Self-Discovery. I think I've had I had a wonderful time interacting with so many wonderful people, and we've spoken about many different topics. I've received some great feedback. Thank you for that. I've also heard about how these conversations have kind of helped few people. Well, I'm not looking to probably affect too many people here, even if one person feels helped, feels benefited in some way through these conversations. I think the purpose of having this every Wednesday and Friday would be fulfilled. So this is the last week, and I'm going to be picking up two topics this week that are extremely close to my heart. And beginning with, we're going to be talking about parenting autism. So autism comes from the Greek word autos, which means self. It was coined by Eugene Bleuler, who is actually a Swiss psychiatrist. I think this is better. Sorry, that was just. Coined by Eugene Bleuler, and I don't know how many of you know this, but Eugene Bleuler also coined the term schizophrenia, and there is a connection. There was supposedly a connection between schizophrenia and autism, according to the psychologists who were practicing in early 1900, and they actually thought that autism was a form of childhood schizophrenia, because from the outsider's perspective, a child with autism was not very different from a person with schizophrenia, because they both seemed to be kind of involved in their own world without any seeming concern for the outsiders. But of course, over a period of time, the understanding of autism has advanced, has evolved, and now people understand autism as not a mental disorder, but as a condition in which human beings are wired differently. So after my graduation, the first organization that I volunteered for or worked for was Action for Autism. And I was so fascinated by this enigmatic condition of autism that I think when it came to selecting a topic for my doctoral thesis work, I couldn't think of anything else. And I started working with people with high functioning autism. And there are not a lot of things. So I finished my PhD about 3-4 years ago. And amongst the most memorable things about my thesis work, my research work, is the kind of interaction that I was blessed to have with many families. So I met with 30 families who had children with autism, right from the age range of 6 years to even 17 years. And I think there was so much that I learned. So initially, when I would go to anyone's family, some of them would kind of expect that because I'm a professional, so then I would come in and I would give them some information on autism. But on all counts, I kind of found myself to fall short. I didn't think there was anything that I could tell that the parents didn't know or didn't understand, or the family didn't understand better. In fact, till date, there are so many examples that were given to me by the parents, so many anecdotes that were shared, so many so much information that I gathered about autism, about human beings in general, about not being so-called normal, according to what science and society defines as normal, that till date I use so many of these examples in my classroom. So to begin with, some people may not understand what autism means, and honestly, it is very difficult to sum up autism in 1 or 2 words, or even one sentence for that matter. Someone has famously remarked that if you've met one person with autism, that's it. You've just met one person with autism. And that is why probably DSM-5 rightfully calls autism as a spectrum disorder or a spectrum condition. Basically, people with autism are a heterogeneous bunch and group of individuals who have so many abilities and so many challenges that they face. some of the about DSM-4 में autism को triad of impairment से define किया जाता. So they would talk about how people with autism have difficulties in socialization. So people with autism may not necessarily have the same kind of need to socialize the way you and I do. Now again, this was something that in this lockdown situation, for example, many of us feel that I can't wait to go back and hug my friends. I can't wait to, be out there in the world and meet the people, my co-workers, my colleagues, my friends. So this is something that we're really missing at this point of time, which is proving to be quite a challenge for a lot of us, this kind of self-isolation that we've been put into. But one of the parents actually remarked that what if we lived in a world where the need to socialize or the want to socialize with other people was an abnormality? So then in that case, for me to want to hug my friend or for me to meet people would be considered as an illness, and I would be given therapy for that. And I thought that was a very interesting take on things. Then probably autism is nothing but a group or a condition that is in mind, that's something that others may not have, and therefore we call these people to be abnormal. And then of course autism is also characterized by difficulties in social communication. So by social communication, it means that using verbal and non-verbal modes to communicate with people. And again, I've found so many interesting anecdotes to share here. Like for instance, there was a kid that I worked with, and the mother told me that she taught the kid कि किसी के भी घर आप जाते हैं तो अगर आंटी घर पे आपको ऑफर करे और बिस्किट ले लो एक के, डू नॉट टेक मोर बिस्किट्स even if auntie offers it. एक बार आपने ले लिया, दूसरी बार नहीं लेना, तीसरी बार बिल्कुल नहीं लेना है. So the child innocently asks, but why not? She said, because they don't want you to hog, they don't want you to eat so many biscuits. Like, but आंटी तो कह रही हैं, तो why should I not take? अगर वो नहीं चाहती कि मैं नहीं खाऊं, तो वो बोल क्यों रहे हैं? So similarly, a parent told me that people with autism love computers, and they love it for one simple reason, that computer जिस तरीके से ऑन ऑफ होता है वो चेंज नहीं होता है, एक ही तरीका है उसको ऑन ऑफ करने का. या कंप्यूटर्स बेसिकली आर वेरी प्रिडिक्टेबल एंड ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शंस आर नॉट एट ऑल प्रिडिक्टेबल. सो फॉर इंस्टेंस अ किड सेड दैट उसके पेरेंट ने कहा अच्छा ये फैमिली फ्रेंड है. इज लाइक ये फैमिली है या फ्रेंड है? हाउ कैन समवन बी फैमिली एंड अ फ्रेंड? सो अगर मैं आपसे मिलूं तो कभी इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिसाइफर इवन फॉर अस कि अच्छा इन अंकल के साथ हैंडशेक करना है या इन आंटी के साथ नमस्ते करना है या इनको हग करना है, किसको क्या कैसे मीट और ग्रीट करना है. सो आई डोंट थिंक I blame people with autism for not being able to understand a lot of direct and indirect ways through which human interactions kind of take place. And finally, autism is characterized by restricted range of interests. Now, repetitive behavior, I'm sure you may have heard about. And then restricted range of interest means basically an abnormal, so to speak, amount of interest in a very narrow topic. So, for instance, you'll have someone who's extremely interested in dinosaurs. कि सारे डायनासोर्स की इंसाइक्लोपीडिया बच्चे ने पढ़ ली और आपको बता सकता है वो. और you'll find someone who's extremely interested in, let's say, trains, like Sheldon Cooper in Big Bang Theory. कि उन्होंने पूरा पढ़ लिया है और मतलब सब कुछ पता है ट्रेन्स के बारे में, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, ऑल फैक्ट्स, ऑल क्वेरीज दे कैन आंसर ऑन दैट. But a lot of people again call this to be extremely abnormal. But then again, a person with autism has remarked that restricted range of interests is only abnormal. Is only abnormal if there are other people who don't share it. So if majority has a restricted area of interest, abnormal interest in a narrow topic, लेकिन वो मेजॉरिटी है तो उसको अबनॉर्मल नहीं कहेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर बिग बॉस के बारे में सब लोग इन डेप्थ डिस्कस करते हैं तो उनको ऑटिस्टिक नहीं बोला जाएगा कि अरे दे आर जस्ट सो इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस वन टीवी सीरियल दैट they've been watching, obsessively watching since like I don't know, forever. So cutting the long story short, I'm gonna be inviting in a very wonderful parent that I met. I'm so happy that I got this opportunity to meet Mrs. Mukta Shukla. She's an extremely inspiring woman. She's an extremely hardworking, mother who's nurtured such a wonderful human being, Udit, who's her son, who's on the spectrum. Now, Udit is, I think, 22 years old, and he has recently completed his course in computer animations. He's also pursuing his degree in BSc Physics. And so I met Mukta ma'am, and I met her family, which includes her daughter and her husband and Udit's dadi. And I just saw how beautifully the entire family came together to support Udit. And she's a little shy about talking in public, but then she's here today because she told me that ठीक है, I'll do it, even though she's not very comfortable about talking in public, but she's gonna do it because she said that hopefully it will help someone else, hopefully it will help another mother who would probably be in the same situation that she was, or she has been, or she has gone through. So yeah, hoping this talk is informative for you all out there. Let me, without wasting any more time, call Mukta ma'am. So if you have any comments or questions or queries, you can always drop them, type them out, and we'll take them up as we move forward. So yeah. Just connecting, just connecting. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Yeah.
So I have in my introduction talked a little bit about autism, but I would really, I'm sure, like I said, that autism is such a, it's not something that you can explain in one line or 1 minute or 2 minutes also. So I think we can spend a little more time in understanding about autism, especially in your own words. So for people out there who do not understand what autism spectrum disorders are or what autism is, can you please tell us about that?
Autism is it's very difficult to handle in the beginning when the child is small and the language is not developed. It's very challenging to teach the child, and then with hard work you are able to achieve some. You are able to get some language, and then you keep working for many years, and ultimately he becomes a potential. Now, this is
Hmm.
entirely about my son Udit. I'm not taking into consideration the other children because I only know
Right,
him. I have not
right,
studied any other kid.
right.
So, in the beginning, their book is absolutely empty. They know nothing, no language, nothing at all. You have to teach them each and every word, everything that we learn. You have to teach them. Nothing comes naturally to them.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
it's hard work, and
Hmm.
later on when they get over all these difficulties, they are able to accomplish a lot.
Hmm. 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 Right. Right. As we can see in case of Udit, of
Yeah.
course. So I
Mhm.
think I think that would be correct. For me to ask, as you rightfully mentioned, that you're going to be talking about your son. So maybe if
Yeah.
you can trace us to the, I'm sure so many people, psychologists especially, have come and asked you this question so many times, perhaps even other people around you. But can you trace us the journey of, because Udit is now a young adult, so you've seen a
Yeah.
child with autism, seen a phase of a teenager with autism, and now a young adult with autism. So how has that journey been for you?
The most difficult was the childhood, of course. When he was small, he was born a normal child. Till about 1.5 years, everything was normal. We didn't feel anything wrong. But then the speech was not developing. He kept babbling and babbling, not a single word. Then my mother-in-law used to say that लड़के देर से बोलते हैं, बोलेगा बोलेगा. And I mean,
Hmm.
I kept waiting patiently that maybe he'll learn, because my daughter was very talkative, and I knew by one she used to talk a lot. So I was expecting him also to talk, but he didn't respond much. And gradually I was also not talking to him. once the child is not responding, then the parents just takes care of the child, changes clothes, give
Mm.
him a bath, feed him, and that's it. I mean, I was really
Mm.
not talking to him also. So
Right.
then I went to the doctor, asked him that he's not speaking. Doctor said, bolega, bolega, don't worry.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm. Mm.
autism was not a known term at that time. Maybe even
Right.
doctors were not aware about it much. And
Right.
he used to cry a lot at night. Every night he
Mm.
used to cry, and it was so difficult to manage him. Like you carry him and he'd fall down backwards, and it was very difficult. So that phase at around 1.5 to 2 years was very
Mm.
difficult.
Mm. Mm.
And you couldn't make out for what reason did he cry. Did he have a stomach ache or what? We couldn't make out. And
Mm.
then the doctor said, okay, maybe he's seeing some bad dreams, or you don't know. Try sending him to
Mm.
a play school. Maybe he'll get tired, he'll play there, and he'll be better off.
Mm. Mm.
So we sent him to a play school. There,
Mm.
they were nice. Teachers were nice. There also, he was sitting alone most of the time, playing in the sand with his hands, taking the sand and watching the sand dropping. And he didn't mix with the children much. He didn't sit in the class. And the teacher said that he looks like he's deaf. Go and get
Mm.
him checked.
Mm.
So again, we went for his assessment, but obviously he's not deaf. His
Mm.
hearing is too sensitive. Then
Yeah. Mm.
then I also put him on a. He was assessed. He was diagnosed with autism at around 2 years 10 months. We
Mm.
saw a
Mm.
program on the TV. Actually, my husband went abroad, and there on the TV, he was seeing some program on autism. And he
Okay.
suddenly realized that this is exactly like our son. So he came back
Mm.
and told me to read about autism. And I was surprised that everything, all the signs were matching. So
Oh.
then somebody told us about AFA. So there we went there for his assessment. And he was diagnosed at around 2 years, 10 months.
Right.
And from then I've been working with him. He was going to the
Yeah.
play school, and I used to make PowerPoint presentations for him on the computer. And he came back and he used to click the mouse and see like
Mm.
different fruits, vegetables, colors, all that they are taught in play school. So
Right.
that is the way I taught him. So every
Mm.
word was taught with the picture, the name written under it, and the sound. So, I
Right.
mean, basically, through all the senses, I was trying to teach him, and it worked well.
Mm.
He started learning words. I started with the nouns first because he had no
Mm.
vocabulary. So,
Mm.
while going to the school, while going to the park, I was talking to him all the time, uh,
Mm.
trying to teach him as much as possible. All his waking hours, I was teaching him new words
Right.
because
Right.
regular kids were so much ahead. Their vocabulary goes to around many thousands of words, and he
Right.
was way behind. So there was no time. So I was teaching him like after the nouns, I went on to the verbs like I drink, I jump, I run by doing the actions and well,
Right.
and like
Right.
that we taught him small sentences.
Right.
And he also started reading very early. That we realized
Mm.
that around 3 he was reading. So,
Okay.
and that is a strange thing.
Yeah.
Without teaching him, also he could read. So they have a
Right.
picture memory. So I think good picture
Yeah.
memory and hearing the sound of the word. So I labeled
Right.
everything at home, all labeled every person also. So like
Right.
Dadi, so give the ball to
Oh,
Dadi. So he'll go and give the ball to Dadi. Next,
so
give
you
the
would be
ball
labeling
to,
family members also, Dadi and
yeah,
Mummy and
yeah,
Didi.
every day,
Oh,
every day. because objects were labeled, I mean, permanently, like the bedroom, the
Yeah.
drawing room, the kitchen. So go to the
Right.
kitchen. So you know where the kitchen is. So that
Right.
helped a lot. His reading skills were a major advantage.
Hmm.
Then I put him on a GFCF diet, a gluten-free, casein-free diet, which I read on the net that it helps in focusing because maybe they can't digest the protein in milk and wheat, because of which they are lost in their own world. They don't focus, they don't respond, they don't socialize. So after that, he started sitting in the circle in the play school, where earlier
Hmm.
he used to sit outside in the sand. Now he sat in the class. He knew all the words, so whatever the teacher used to ask, he answered all the questions. So the teacher kept a hand on his mouth so that he doesn't speak so much.
Oh, from not speaking at all, now he's hard to,
Yeah,
keep
he
quiet.
was he was speaking a lot. So then we went for his school admission. He looked
Hmm.
intelligent. He could read. He could mm, uh, answer questions, and he could do jigsaw puzzles, small jigsaw puzzles. So he got admission into a good school where my daughter was studying. So
Right.
that was really a blessing because it's very difficult for a special child to get through.
Right.
And
Right. And
there
at
the
that time,
principal was
probably they were not.
nice.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just asking you. And even at that time, I don't think there were many, laws there to kind of protect the rights of special kids. So schools
no,
could
no,
very
not at all.
arbitrarily reject. Yeah. So
Uh,
at least now you have laws where the rights of
yeah.
children with special needs are protected. You cannot just ask a child to be,
Mhm.
and the schools are supposed
I
to be.
went I went to one
Right.
school. I told them about his autism, and they just refused that we can't take him.
Mhm.
So the next
Mhm.
time I did not tell. I thought when
Mhm.
he's intelligent and he's doing all that, let's try.
Right.
So he got
Right.
admission. They couldn't make out that he has autism. So, but once he started going to school, they said he's not responding and all. There were issues. So then
Right.
the principal was nice. I told her that I can help in class. They don't have a special ed teacher. So I said that I
Hmm.
could come and sit next to him, shadow him, and prompt him whatever is required, the behavior that he's expected to have in class. Because they tend to
Mhm.
walk around in the class, he'll want to go out. So it was my idea to bring him back, make him sit, and
Right.
it was really
Right.
tough. And
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
school supported.
Very
So
nice. That's very
initially I
nice.
went every day, then alternate days. By class 3, I was going once a week, and then by
Hmm.
fourth, he was independent. He could manage on
Okay.
his own.
Right. 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 Okay.
Mm, then about adolescence, he was bullied a lot in school, in the middle school. Boys used to trouble him, and in the school bus also. So he used to get very angry when he came back home, and it was really hard to
Hmm.
control him. He used to
Hmm.
scream and shout and say bad words. I mean, it was difficult to control him, but it took about half an hour to cool him down. So I used to send him for
Hmm.
a bath, जाओ नहा लो फिर खाना खाएंगे. In that time he was okay, and
Hmm.
he completed
So,
10th by
was not
mainstream.
brought to the schools that he's being bullied then?
Yeah.
Matlab the school, was it not brought to the notice of the school? What was the school? Did the school support in kind of addressing the bullying that this child is going through? Because I think by now they knew that this special kid.
Yeah, but then the schools, they don't want a special child in their school, so they said then put him in a special school. We cannot help him and such things. So we
Hmm.
we tried not to complain at all. One of the class teacher used to sit with him in the break time so that someone is there to look after him. It's very nice of her that she took care of him. And in the
But
bus
at that
also, the
time,
teachers
yeah,
who were
sorry, sorry.
traveling in the same bus, they made him sit next to them so that he is protected.
Nowadays in school, a lot of schools are all focusing on not just giving the child skills to kind of deal with bullying, any special kid for that matter, but a lot of them are also focusing on um, giving other kids the awareness that there could be children with different abilities and different disabilities in the same classroom, because all the schools nowadays have diverse classrooms. So,
Yeah,
like for instance, there was a school that was training the kids, the other students, to be more sensitive. But definitely, this was not the scene in 90s or early 2000 for that
yeah,
matter, where where a lot of schools would just see a special kid as, a problem for them, an investment. They didn't have people, they didn't have counselors, they didn't have special educators, they didn't have shadow teachers at all. So I think a lot of
yeah,
schools are now more sensitive towards this
yeah.
aspect than then. And unfortunately, the answer that you thought about bullying was that you had to keep quiet so that you don't become the troublemaking parent.
Yeah. That's nice that now they're sensitive about such kids and they take care of them. And they're including them also. Admissions are also given now, which I've heard.
Right,
So that's a good thing. And
right.
also, they wanted me to label him as a special child, which we didn't want to because he didn't need any such special facilities. Like, he didn't want a writer, he didn't want a reader, or he didn't need extra time or any such thing.
Mm,
So, we said, why should we put him a
mm,
label
mm,
of a special child when he can do
mm, mm.
everything as well as a regular kid can? So, we didn't want to.
Right, 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 right,
And then he completed 10th he got 64%. Then they didn't give him science. We requested them a lot because he cannot do
right.
humanities. His language is not so well developed that he can do humanities. He's not interested in commerce either. So give him science. He likes physics and maths. So they refused. So we pulled him out.
Mm,
He did 12th by NIOS. We
Hmm.
homeschooled him.
That is very unfortunate because पहले अभी भी ये इस तरह की मेंटालिटी और पहले तो बहुत ही ज्यादा थी कि अगर बच्चा इंटेलिजेंट, यू वोंट सी द एप्टीट्यूड ऑफ अ चाइल्ड. 64%
Yeah,
मतलब ह्यूमैनिटी एंड 80%
yeah,
अबव मतलब साइंस. क्या 80% अबव वाला बच्चा ह्यूमैनिटीज का एप्टीट्यूड वाला हो और जो 60% वाला बच्चा हो वो साइंस का एप्टीट्यूड वाला हो. And this was just this.
mm,
A lot of schools that probably do that till date also, and that is so unfortunate. There's just no
yeah.
fighting this, marks mentality associated with when marks could have nothing to do with your aptitude and your interest areas.
And in case of Udit, you cannot judge him by his marks. Suppose he's not
Hmm.
read the question well, he knows it, but somehow he didn't do the exam well. I mean, there were so many factors. Answer
Right.
sheet khatam ho gaya, he didn't ask for another answer sheet. The pen is not writing, so he didn't complete his paper.
Oh, that's
Anything
yeah, that's
could happen.
that's true.
And every time you're surprised that what happened this time. And
Right.
then the questions also, if initially when he was small, if it is framed in another language, I mean another kind of sentence, so he would not be able to attempt it. So then I made it a habit to write the question in a number of ways so that he
Hmm.
understands that what he has to answer. ये question है तब भी यही लिखना है, ये question है तब भी यही लिखना है.
Right. So
Like
it's not
he,
the that he doesn't get the concept, but the language part of it is challenging for him to understand.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then like I highlighted the keyword that अगर इसके बारे में question आएगा तो ये ही लिखना है. I mean,
Hmm.
so that
Right.
around by 6th or 7th he was able to uh, respond to most of the questions.
Right.
And then
So
about
he,
adulthood, he's become a smart young boy now, man now,
we've
confident,
seen, yes.
and he talks to everyone. And he's doing animation from Arena Animation, and he
Right.
excels in his work. The teacher says that you should send him for competitions. He's so fast in making, he's so quick in doing it.
Wow.
And
And how does
BSc,
Udit respond to these compliments?
yeah, BSc Physics, he studies on his own, but for the exams, we have to help him, because then again, that is a kind of social need that you have to do well. You have to get marks in the exam. So,
Right.
uh, according to the question paper, what kind of questions are coming, you have to prepare that. So he
Right.
needs help in that also.
Right. Thank you for sharing all of that, and especially there's just so much of hard work that has gone in, um,
Yeah.
because the whole point is that from what I understand, um, Udit is he grasps concepts really well. In fact, I was telling people before that he's one of the only students that I know who had finished. So he scored full marks in all the tests that I took when I came over for the assessment work that I did.
Yeah,
Almost he was so brilliant in everything, but it's the
yeah,
language problem, and it's very easy to judge someone who's not being able to, जैसे आपने कहा कि question ठीक से नहीं पढ़ा है but answer आता था, and our education system is very narrow in judging the capacities of a child. बहुत and there's so much of focus on marks. 60% मतलब science नहीं है, and this is, I think this is still till date a lot of this is a challenge that all kids go through, whether special or regular, that they may not
yeah,
find their brilliance being assessed accurately or being assessed at all in a very traditional educational setup. So, my next question is that they say that it takes a village to raise a child. And in your case, I know that the family, especially for a special kid, you need all the support that you can get. The family, the doctors, the teachers, the school, the neighborhood. So in your case in particular, can you tell us how this autism has affected the family, or especially in context of his relationship with his sister, with his daddy?
yeah. Dadi has helped a lot in the doing the household work, cooking and all. So she's always there to support me while I was busy with teaching Udit during exams and all. And my husband, he has also supported me. After his third class, we relocated to US. He changed his job. We went to US.
Hmm.
We heard that this special ed education is good. So for Udit, it would be better if we go to US. But then
Mm-hmm.
we stayed there for a year. We didn't like it much, and so we came back after 1 year. So
Okay.
then when we came back, we settled down here. His office was in Gurgaon. It was too far away. So he
Hmm.
decided to quit his job. So he
Hmm.
stayed at home, supported me. He said, "You'll go mad teaching him all the time. So take me out for a cup of coffee." And
Right.
so he's around at home, and he does his consultancy work, goes twice a week. So he
Right.
supported me that way. And he also
Right.
teaches the difficult subjects of physics and all, which I cannot. So
Right.
he's been helping in that. And
Right.
my daughter, she used to play with him when they were small. And
Hmm.
now she counsels him when he's upset on some issue. And then she used to counsel him from France also, on the phone also. She used to counsel him. So,
Right. So for others who don't know, Udit's sister has recently completed her PhD degree. So she's defended her
from
PhD
France,
thesis.
yeah.
And Udit, so her topic was, I think her area was, if you can tell me, what was the area again?
Batteries. In batteries,
Sorry?
yes.
Yeah.
Batteries.
So Udit actually drew some diagram, some very complex diagram for her thesis, right? And that
For
was so
her
beautifully
thesis,
done by
yes.
him. Yeah, that you had
Yeah,
shared me earlier. I put that up also. So Udit's
yeah.
sister counsels him, and Udit helps his sister out for for her PhD thesis work. Right. So my next question is that what now you've met many teachers on your way, you've met many therapists, many psychologists on your way, and then of course neighborhood and relatives, etc. So what do you think in your experience, the teachers, the therapists, and probably the community at large can do better to support children with autism specifically?
Teachers can be more sensitive about his problems. They can be helpful. Like if he's not listening, if he has not heard the instruction when they are giving a group instruction to the class, it's usually they are lost in their own world and they're not listening. So the teacher could individually come there and tell Udit, do this. So he'll do it. So I
Right.
don't know how much it was done, but I think this little effort can be done by teachers. If there's
Mm-hmm.
one special kid in the class, they can do that.
Right.
And community as such, neighborhood friends, um, they can initiate conversation with him because he himself doesn't go to anyone to talk. So people can
Hmm.
talk to him and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that way try to be friendly with him because as such he doesn't have much friends. So that is one thing community can do.
Right. And therapists and
And
doctors?
doctors can help in the diagnosis, in seeing the signs in a small child. If there are any signs of autism, they could guide them, send them to proper organizations where they can be assessed, and
Right.
therapy could be given. They could be given early intervention. The earlier it is, the
Right.
better.
Right. So there is a lot of focus on disabilities and autism, but I want to talk more about Udit's abilities. So what are
Yeah.
all are some of the, so if I want to initiate a conversation with Udit, or if I want to hang out with Udit, what are some of the activities that we'd be doing? What are his areas of interest? What does he enjoy doing?
He's making something or the other on the computer. He he's made many videos for YouTube, more than 500, I think, in last 7 8 months.
Wow. 500 videos. Wow. That's great. He does
He
digital
makes more
music, right?
than, yeah, music and educational videos. And he on any random topic he searches on the net and he makes it. Maybe we could give him some job to do of making some course material for a specific class, then it would be more useful.
Right. Right. That's how we could
And
connect his skills. Yeah.
yeah, he could do some
Yeah. To the
online work, start earning something, which, but at present he's quite random. He
right.
excels in his work. He's done Maya, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, many softwares,
Wow.
and he can remember all the commands and he can quickly work on it. If you ask him how to do this, he will tell you 3 4 ways of doing it. If you go
Right.
to this, you can do it this way, you can do it the other way.
Right.
So he's an
Right.
expert now of all the
So,
softwares.
so if I have a computer related question, if I have a technology related, because I'm pretty bad at it, so I can call up Udit
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Udit will help me.
of course.
So
You
anyone
can
who's
send him
listening,
some
anyone
work
who's
also.
sorry.
You can send him some animation work or some video of
Right.
educational video also. He can make that.
Right, right. So anyone who's out there who's looking to, who wants help related to all these computer softwares, who probably wants Photoshop to be done, or who has any other computer related query ever, I think you can just reach out to Udit. He will be very happy
Yeah.
to help you at a charge, of course. So yeah,
Yes.
we want to support Udit as much as we can,
He,
and he does
he
a brilliant
makes
work.
he makes these educational videos, and someone on YouTube keeps writing to him, okay, next make a video on this, and he quickly sits down and makes it.
Oh, that is so sweet. Right, right.
And he doesn't
So,
want to be disturbed. He says, उसने बोला है मुझको बनाना है अभी बनाना है. They're so innocent and honest.
right. So, there's this one question that someone has asked previously.
Hmm.
How, and which is kind of connected to my next question, that theme of my topics is self-discovery. So,
Hmm.
how would you say life would be different today if Udit was not someone on the spectrum, if Udit didn't have autism?
My life,
Yeah, personally.
well, I've spent last 20 years just teaching him all the time. Like, like other housewives, I have not socialized with people. I don't have many friends. I don't watch TV much. I don't talk on the phone. So, well, life has been very different. But now, like he'll be completing his studies in another 1 or 2 years. Then I'll be free to
Right,
do whatever I want to. So
right,
I've done a
right,
degree in home science. So I
right,
did clothing and textile. So I like stitching. So maybe I could do something and
right,
do some artwork, read books, and
right.
beauty. I want to make my garden and my house beautiful. So maybe
Oh,
spend more
that's
time.
very sweet. I think also people who are listening in, Mukta ma'am has been very interested in helping other mothers out
Yeah,
who,
other autistic children and parents. Yes, I would like to help them also,
right, be-
but I really don't
because
know
so
how to go about it.
right. Because so much of what you've shared with us today, especially you've literally been a special educator for the last 20 years. And so much
Yeah,
of it was very intuitive for you. स्पेशली जो आपने बताया कि लेबल फैमिली को लेबल कर दिया या फिर घर में चीजों को लेबल किया and then you really spontaneously based on Udit's need you were able to come up with so many solutions of teaching him and have taken him so far. I think a lot of special educators as well as mothers and parents with children with autism can really benefit from that knowledge that is coming from real life experience that you've gone through. And I think if possible, we could probably help you kind of document it in some manner or put it there in
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Uh,
Because I'm also, I will also forget all these things which I have done because in all these years, unless I write them down, so that is one thing
right,
I can do. And
right,
suppose I had a problem which Udit had a difficulty somewhere. So my mind used
right,
to keep thinking about a solution of it all the time till I find some solution to it. Like
hmm,
division, I couldn't teach him how to divide. So I kept thinking, how do I teach him? How do I teach him? So then I told him to write the table on the right side, the whole table of three, write the whole table, and then you divide, and whichever is there, you circle it, and then you write it down. And then he kept
right,
doing that. Then I told the teacher also that he's going to write the table on the right side, let him do that. So gradually,
yeah,
after a few months, he stopped writing the table. So you
wow,
have to do all the little steps. There are no shortcuts in teaching them.
right.
Every step has to be done.
Right. There's a very famous quote that goes something like, if they can't learn the way you teach, you change the way you teach. You teach the way
Yeah,
they learn. Something
I
like
feel
that.
there's something wrong in us that we cannot teach them in our method, that we are
Absolutely.
not able to.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. So that's it
And
for my
so,
question. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, go on. Go on.
Yeah, one more thing I would like to say that no doctors or therapists, they told me this, that don't leave the child alone. Like right from the
Hmm.
time when he was diagnosed, I stopped
Right,
leaving him alone. All the time talking to him, involving him in some game or something or the other. If I'm working in the
right,
kitchen, I made him sit on the kitchen counter and gave him some dal or some some masala bottles or something to play
right,
with, and in that teach
right,
him that this is arar dal, this is urad dal, and whatever. So keep talking to him all the time. Don't leave him
right,
alone.
right, right. Reach out to them in their own world. Yeah. Instead
Yeah,
of just
initially
leaving them
in their
because they
world,
don't seem to need people around them.
initially we have to enter into their worlds.
Yeah.
Like they are spinning
Right.
something, you have to sit with them and spin, do what they're doing, and don't disturb them. And then slowly try to become
Right.
friendly with them, and they give you an occasional smile, and then keep a toy on that spinning thing, and then it falls down, and then we both laugh, and slowly try to uh, involve him
This
in
is
your games also.
right, right. This is adorable. Now, since my questions are over, I really want to pick up some of the questions that have come your way through the chats.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
so, Rabani has asked you, how did you
Yeah.
manage your own mental health as a parent?
Mental health. I used to get
आपने अपना ध्यान
depressed
कैसे
at times. Don't know really.
सोचा
I
नहीं
haven't thought
इसके
about
बारे
it much.
में
Yeah, I
राइट
mean, my husband used to tell me, don't talk about it all the time, don't think about it all the time, talk something else. I mean, be involved in
oh,
other things also.
oh that is so sweet but that is true that is your dedication as a mother towards Udit कि आपको अभी तक आपने अपने बारे में नहीं सोचा enough to kind of contemplate an answer कि कैसे मेरा mental health affect हुआ शायद आपने सोचा ही नहीं है ये and that's
Garima tells me
then
that you should do something for yourself. I said, I don't know what to do for myself.
Right. But perhaps, like you said, अभी आपने इतनी सारी बातें share करी कि आप once Udit's education is complete, perhaps you'll get more time for the things that you
Yeah,
enjoy. Right.
yeah.
So Ashima has asked, in a school setup, what do students need sensitization from an early age on these issues? Other students about how you could have a different kid in your class. You could have a physically challenged kid in your class. You could have a child with a mental disability. You could have a differently abled kid. So,
Yeah,
do you
I
think
think
sensitization of
children,
students?
yeah, they should be sensitized about the child's difficulties. Like maybe the parents or the teacher could sensitize the children about the special needs of the child. Once we gave a
Hmm.
talk in Udit's class, in I think class 6 or 7, we told them about Udit and what are his problems and how they can help him. Especially the
Hmm.
partner who used to sit with Udit, he used to be very helpful because Udit usually didn't write down his homework or didn't know what the next exam test syllabus would be. So I used to send notes to that child requesting him to send me the syllabus or the homework, or maybe
Right.
ask the teacher to whatever was needed to
Right.
do. So the partner used
Right.
to help Udit a lot, and that is how he
Right.
managed in the mainstream school.
Oh, God bless that kid. He was a very kind and a good kid. Because, like you said, that he also during that time was facing a lot of bullying. But there are also some very sensitive, good kids who
Yeah,
generally tend to,
yeah, not all kids are bad. Only few of them are bullies. I think mostly in
and generally are the
seventh,
ones who
eighth,
get bullied themselves.
yes. I think middle school, seventh, eighth class, that is the time when they are bullying a lot.
Right.
After ninth, tenth, they become serious. Yeah.
So Sanya has asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
What was or has been the major area of difficulty for Udit And yeah.
Language was the most difficult part because I was able to teach him the nouns and the verbs and the small sentences, but yet there were so many grammatical mistakes, especially in Hindi, because Hindi has a gender to every word. So,
Mm,
so till he was maybe even 20 years old, there were mistakes in his language, and I
mm,
kept correcting him, but it didn't get corrected so easily. But suddenly
mm,
I realize now that his mistakes have gone. I mean, entirely now
right.
his language has become quite okay.
Yeah. 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 Okay, so another person has commented, "You're a proud mother of a brilliant child. It's visible in your eyes and your subtle smile." So that's for you. And she's also
Thank you.
asked, "Let us know how can we connect with Udit?" Because, like we discussed, that Udit has a lot of talent, and if if we can help him kind of become an independent person, if he can charge,
Yeah,
be a
sure.
consultant on different, small projects. Let's see how things
Yeah.
shape up. So what I'll do is that I'll probably afterwards, after this talk, probably put up a some kind of a your
His
contact details where they
email,
can reach out.
his email ID or something. Yeah. Mm.
Would Udit be happy if he has some followers on Facebook? I think Udit is on Facebook, right?
But he doesn't do much on Facebook. He's more on YouTube now.
Okay, so if you want to check out Udit's work, then you'll have to go to YouTube and connect with him there. Leave the comments there on YouTube videos, which is what he checks and
Yeah, every day he
immediately
checks.
gets down to working. कि ये
Hmm.
next करना है. So Udit has like about 500 videos out there. Please go and connect with Udit on YouTube. It's Udit
And
Shukla. That's his.
encourage him for his work.
I don't think he'll need encouragement because his work is too good and it will speak for
Yeah.
itself. Yes. Done. So Sanya is saying done. We're gonna do that. So I'm gonna now call it a day. Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful, conversation that we had about Udit, and I've been meaning to meet Udit since a very long time, and
Sure.
but just yes, 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 yes. But thank you. Your journey has been so inspiring. The hard work that you've put in with Udit shows in the kind of person that he is today. And I had shared some of the videos with these folks previously. Especially, he's brilliant. He has, like I just talked about, he has what is called the perfect pitch. Like he has the thing
Yeah.
for sounds. He's very hypersensitive to sounds, and he's such a brilliant tabla player. एंड मुझे
Yeah.
याद है जब मैं आपके घर आई थी आपने बताया था कि फोन में अगर आप 1 2 3 नंबर दबाओगे तो उसको पता रहेगा आवाज से कि आपने कौन सा नंबर दबाया है ये एंड and so many times I've used this example in my class to talk about ये this is not a disorder, it's only a matter of perspective. This is a superpower. मुझे मतलब गाने में पता नहीं लगेगा ऊपर नीचे कहाँ सुर ताल कहाँ हो रहा है. अच्छा लग रहा है तो अच्छा लग रहा है, नहीं लग रहा तो नहीं लग रहा. But
I
he
forgot to tell you about one of his talents that while he used to spin the lid when he was small, he kept spinning it. We didn't tell him not to do it. But then when he was in middle school, he started putting a sticker on it. And then he kept a stopwatch and he timed the rotations. And
right,
gradually he came up with the RPM of the wheel. So then he looked at the fan, the sound of the
foundations
fan.
permanent.
So he can
Yeah.
tell the RPM from the sound of the fan. So if there's a fluctuation
Wow.
in the voltage, he can tell that there's a fluctuation, the RPM has reduced by so much.
Really? My
So
God. That's a
so that way he
beautiful
has
mind. Yeah.
numbered the whole sound, the range of sound he has numbered it. So you play a note on an instrument, he'll tell you exactly what frequency it is. And we checked it with a guitar tuner. He is correct by even by decimals. He is correct. I mean, we were thinking कि
Wow.
ऐसे ही बोलता है, इतना accurate तो पता नहीं है कि
So basically, if you play a sound, he can tell the frequency of the sound accurately.
exact frequency. Maybe
Oh
his
my
12
God.
years of learning music and 6 years of learning tabla,
No,
I
no,
mean,
but
many
I've
people
seen
learn
so
it
many
from
players who can't do that. I don't know if
yeah,
your Zakir Hussain, Ustad Zakir Hussain could actually do that also.
they won't know physics, no? So,
Right, right. Thank you for
yeah,
joining us. You've received really nice and warm comments from people who've seen this. Thank you for
hmm.
sharing your journey of childhood with us, ma'am. And as always, it's really nice to catch up with you.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.